All right, cool. So today we're going to look at the 5 principles of integrated digital ideas. And I think there's a lot of examples like the guys been showing today, particularly when Justin was showing some of the examples, and takes me to the first point that I want to make, which is digital is not the idea. So we saw these cool examples of, like the one example with the hair products that was the outdoor thing that Mike just showed just now, which had the train pulling into the train station and then someone's hair blowing in the wind. You know, it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful kind of idea, but it demonstrates it's using digital to basically express the idea. So digital is not the idea. The other example I want to point out is what Justin showed, which was the BA one with the planes. You know, it's very intricate in terms of what the technological aspect of the idea of the execution is, but the idea is not digital. There's an idea holding it together. Last point I want to make is, more importantly, this is Africa, and we have to think mobile first. We have to think, when we want to get our message across, how are people going to be viewing the message? How are they going to be receiving the message? So we have to scale down we have to start from the mobile phone and then scale the idea upwards. So digital has a role to play, right? So what is the role of digital? I want to show you quickly, there's a little bit of a diagram that shows all the different pieces in the marketing mix. So we have, above the line, PR, retail, media, direct marketing, activation, and at the heart of all this is an idea. And then everyone plugs into this one thing. And within the different spaces as well, like when you look at direct marketing, there's a digital component, which is email. When you look at activation, there's social media, which is digital. When you look at PR, there's also social media or reputation management. So everything is around this one thing, which is the idea and the purity of the idea. And then everyone basically facilitates a role to make this big idea a success. So it is important to establish the role of digital, as everyone has a role to play to make the idea a success. Moving on to point number 3, offline drives online, and the other way around. Online drives offline. So this takes me to the first example I'm going to show you guys, which is a case study that
Bing, Microsoft's search engine, came to us to drive trial of Bing Search and Maps and increase their relevance with a young audience. At the same time, we knew that Jay-Z would soon be launching his autobiography, Decoded. With one big idea, we harnessed this epic moment in pop culture, connected our client to a new demographic, and gave millions a reason to use Bing. We started by putting every page of Jay-Z's book out in the world, every day for a month prior to the book's release. But the pages weren't just randomly placed. Every page's location was inspired by the story on each page, putting Jay-Z's entire biography in context. Fans could actually walk through Jay-Z's life right where it happened, finding pages in 13 major cities in the US and abroad, searching for everything from huge iconic billboards to unique collectible items. And if the media didn't exist near Jay-Z's life landmarks, we created it, taking the campaign to places money just can't buy. Gucci made custom jackets stitched with a page. A Cadillac wrapped with pages paid homage to the birthplace of New York hip-hop. A page about Big Pimpin' covered the bottom of the Delano pool. Even a bronze plaque was installed in the Marcy Projects, where Jay-Z spent his childhood. We let the story on each page determine each location. The unique pages covered hundreds of thousands of square miles. And as they were unveiled around the world, Bing tied every element of the campaign together with an integrated online game that directed fans to each page on the streets. Clues to the page locations were released daily through Facebook, Twitter, and radio. And every day for a month, millions of people gathered to solve the latest clues, guiding them to the exact street locations on Bing Search and Maps, documenting and claiming the pages they found. The unique framework allowed anyone, anywhere to walk the same streets and find a page. And over the course of the month-long campaign, they chased fame of their own as they assembled the book digitally at bing.com/JZ before the hardcover hit stores. Every single piece of the campaign was woven together with Bing technology to allow fans to experience his story. Average player engagement on our website was over 11 minutes. Jay-Z's Facebook followers grew by 1 million. And Decoded hit the bestsellers list for 19 straight weeks. Decode Jay-Z's success was covered by every major news outlet, every major cultural influencer. Even other celebrities weighed in. Bing became part of the pop culture conversation. And in only 1 month, Bing saw an 11.7% increase in visits, entering the global top 10 most visited sites for the first time, and earning 1.1 billion media impressions.
Cool. I mean, what I really like about this case study is, it was just a book launch, and the guy saw the opportunity. And, Microsoft is actually not even on the radar when it comes to search engines. Like everyone goes to Google. Google has actually become like a verb. You Google something, So that was a disruption. They said, technically they're going to look at this book at the launch and be disruptive and be part of the conversation. And, what's important in the point that I'm showing is, digital wasn't the idea. The idea was, this stunt that was actually going to cause this, drive people to this platform where people could actually engage with the idea, And another thing is they created where there wasn't any touch points or any media. They created it, the pool table, the plug they put in situ, all those different things were collateral that were physical manifestation of the book that drove you online. And then when you went online, you were driven back to the real world to find all these different pages or inserts of the book. So another principle, with regards to this principle, another very key thing that you must always consider when you're actually putting stuff together is all your collateral has to have, the URL or the hashtag, or whatever your properties, destinations, names are, have to be relevant there. So the people, when they're seeing that, they can go to that space. And Jenny and Brent will like this because, radio is very important when it comes to integrated digital ideas, because radio, because of the theater of the mind, people are concentrating so they can recollect or remember like your web address or whatever the hashtag is. So there is certain mediums then when you're defining the role of digital that could aid in actually helping you get the people or drive people to the destination that you want them to go to. Point number 4, amplification. Amplification is important because, you want to maximize the potential of your idea. You want to make sure that it reaches and touches every possible facet and person out there. So how do you do this? I think a lot of the case studies you've seen so far, there's been the V-bomb dropped. By V-bomb, I mean viral, the word viral, because nothing's really viral until it is. So viral is the term that's after the fact. So I want to show you a little quirky video clip that talks about viral.
The viral video. Millions of views, millions in sales. What's their secret? What made them go viral? We did. Introducing Viral, the tool that guarantees you'll go viral. It's simple. Now you can pay for the clicks you need to make your video go viral. We have a vast network of professionals working day and night, constantly clicking on your videos. It began with our intern clicking program. But once we developed the IP propagator, we quickly expanded. Now we outsource to clickers all over the world. We've already expanded into South America, Indonesia, and India. But traditional clicking can only produce so many views. That's where we differentiate ourselves from the rest, providing outreach programs for the elderly.
Keep clicking. In an average hour, I can click on 300 videos.
The knuckles, you know, start getting sore, and you got to do stretch. I would do this. Oh, I heard a crack.
And our school clicking programs provide valuable learning to kids while giving you valuable clicks.
1 click is 2 clicks.
What's the sticker for?
Doing a good job clicking.
Making a good viral video used to take a lot of work. Now anyone can do it.
We're constantly working on innovative new ideas, helping people go viraler and viraler. And we also have a new app. It's called the CL app, so you can click on the go. Actually, Ian, you've got the clap on your unit, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay. So, see, we utilize the product here in the office as well. Once we bypassed the viewing process, our world opened up. Anywhere there's a button, we can be collecting clicks. Elevators, pin pads, whack-a-mole. A lot of people don't realize that they are clicking. For instance, the button at a crosswalk. When you hit that, you're helping videos to go viral. One day we won't need the viewer.
These days, views are everything. Don't underestimate what a viral video can do for your brand. Success, awards, what are you waiting for? Why hope it'll go viral when you can guarantee it with Viral?
Okay, it is fictitious. It's not a real product. But I think the point is you have to buy the clicks. You know, I think as much as the content or the idea could be so, you know, compelling that people are going to be able to share it, like just automatically, I can share this idea. You know, there is ways of making sure that people see it. And, you know, you need the traffic drivers that, because there's no point in building these assets or these properties if you're not going to drive people to them. How are people going to find out about them? So obviously there's search when people are, you know, the search paid media. There's online display, mobile display, and obviously social display, and you need to buy all those things. It just basically increases the chances of people seeing your idea and maximize the potential. Other thing is, in some of the examples that the guys were showing, is that there's influencers or people who we call tastemakers, sneezers, or influencers, however you want to call them. But these people are important as well. These people, you know, we call it the word of a powerful mouth. It's more than just word of mouth, you know, because, you know, 90% of people trust things that are from people that they know, you know. And then the last point is join the conversation. So in this world that we live in right now, with social media being so prevalent, you know, it's all about a conversation. And it's all about how our communication can start a conversation, but then it's not about being lost in that conversation. It's being part of the conversation. So I want to show you the most famous case study, but not the whole case study. I want to show you an aspect of it, which is quite important. You know, everyone knows about this Old Spice campaign, and particularly this part where as soon as it actually catches a light, you know, the campaign caught a light, you know, they actually responded to people.
Old Spice for them men 1 bajillion times more than lady-scented body washes? Did you know that I'm riding this horse backwards? Yeah!
On the heels of this overwhelming success, an encore performance was a no-brainer. But Old Spice wanted something more engaging. How could the man your man could smell like have a conversation with his fans on a more intimate, personal level?
You tell me.
And so the response campaign was born. In 2.5 days, creatives, digital strategists, developers, and producers filmed 186 video responses to fans and celebrities, culled from questions on Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, and more. These real-time messages were then posted on YouTube.
On YouTube, 12755JDH commented, "I love these commercials. And I love you. Angela A. Hutt-Chamberlain, will you make J.S. Beals the happiest man in the world and marry him in real life?" Alyssa Milano tweets, "Are you flirting with me?" Me? No. And I'm definitely not bringing you these fragrant flowers and a handwritten note from my heart to your doorstep via my bare feet running over the California mountains either. Or am I? George Stephanopoulos asks a political question. The president's lost some female support. How does the White House get those women voters back? Hi, George. Great question. Here are a few suggestions. First, mandate the use of Old Spice products in the White House. After Hours and Swagger are a couple of my favorites. Then, President Obama should henceforth only be seen in a towel. Also, instead of opening the State of the Union address with "My fellow Americans," try opening with "Hello, ladies," and end with "Presidential ab point." Please excuse me, I have another call. Oh, hello, dangerous prairie wolf. No, I can't go hunting with you today. I'm talking to the internet. Things have been going great for me. In Eastern Latvia, they love Old Spice body wash so much, they made me king, which is great because I love grapes. And I've renamed my kingdom Elenopia, where you've been crowned Grand Princess Queen of all who are pleasant, syndicated, and prone to spontaneous dance movements. Silverfish hand catch. This voicemail is now diamonds. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
So, I mean, in terms of what that means is that you become the conversation, you know, they basically took an opportunity that, you know, everyone was talking about it. They were on talk shows, they were everywhere. And then, you know, they were iconic. You know, people were putting them on a cake. So on top of that, other markets started to get on the bandwagon. In South Africa, we have Nando's. I'm sure you guys are familiar with Nando's. And they did a spot that basically just mimics that ad.
Do Dumela Mzansi, what's on your plate? What's on mine? Look back to your plate, now back at mine. Sadly, the food in front of you will never be as addictively delicious as mine. Eyes down, now up. What's going on? Oh, I'm where the fire meets that majestic blend of lemon, herbs, and spices to give you that unique Nando's flame-grilled peri-peri chicken. Check your hand, now check mine. I have a delicious full chicken, 4 fresh Portuguese rolls, and crisp jumbo chips, perfect for sharing with your chomas. I'm in a Nando's.
Cool, guys. So in summary, you know, first point, digital is not the idea. Establish the role of digital in terms of what it has to facilitate, whether it's a conversation, lead generation, whatever shape and form it takes. Then, you know, offline drives online. So make sure that you have a way to drive people from an offline space onto online, and then, you know, you can do the opposite with regards to that. And amplification is important, as we saw a lot of things. Using the right influencers, the right tastemakers, you can get your idea to as many people as possible. And yeah, join the conversation to become the conversation. Thank you.